Hi everyone, Mary here, Espresso Press Design. Thank you for stopping by. Hope you're all doing well. Again, thank you for stopping by. Today, it's been a while since I've done a gatherings posts on my blog, so I thought I would do one, and I'm going to post gatherings is where I gather inspirational designs, photos, and then I try to learn from them and recreate what I was inspired by. And then I add to the gallery from time to time if I do it again. And then I post a few little directions of what I gathered, and then you get to see in the gallery whether I hit the mark or not, and I get to see whether I hit the mark or not. So I will post my inspiration video in this, I'll clip it in this video. Quick little show and tell, and then we'll get started. A couple of new Christmas cards. I wanted to try this rustic technique, and got a new embossing folder. Actually, I got two new embossing folders, and they're very pretty, so they are helping me finish up these last Christmas cards. And I had so many to do this year. I don't even know if I'm going to do it next year because it takes so much time. And I don't usually get into Christmas spirit until November. So, okay, so let me do a little, I have a new labels kit here. Mostly because necessity is the mother of invention. And I could not find the type of Christmas labels that I wanted, so I came up with my own. So these are just, this one isn't in there. Some of these are runoffs and they didn't make the cut, so, but this one's in there. The first page is in there. Here's a few, and these are just printed on plain paper, not presentation paper, but there is 11 pages, and they are all types from, and there's a little bit of ephemera too. They are all types from traditional, retro, Victorian, classic, all different kinds. I think there's 240 labels in this kit. So, yeah, okay, back to the beginning. So that's on sale now. So, the inspiration, I was inspired by some neutral designs, and I thought, isn't that cool? You know, maybe it's just that I am getting tired of a riot of color over Christmas. It's red, white, and green, but I saw some neutral designs and I was inspired by them and thought, well, isn't that cool? Because when you do a neutral, your color stands out that much more. So I did these, and these were my first ones. I'm not entirely thrilled with them, but I wanted to try black and white. So I took some of my digitals and I changed them to black and white and sepia in Photoshop. Now, if you don't have Photoshop, I am sure there are plenty of online photo editing software that you can use to change images to sepia or black and white. A few tips. Of course, you're going to want to find things with a focal point. And my inspiration ones kind of had some text. So I tried to choose things with text and a focal point. And I'm going to show you a few more here. And this one is kind of sepia. And then that made my blue stamping show up all the more because all the background is kind of neutral. And I think these would also be so cool for ATC and mixed media. So I did a few more, but let me show you some examples first. Okay, of what you can do to bring in your color mainly. So this one is basically this one. And this is this is from Bohemian, but I just chose it because it had a lot of text in the background and I knew I could get a lot of contrast in that butterfly. So that's why I chose this particular one, but it was kind of fun going through and seeing what I could do. This one is another black and white of one of my, this one, these ones. Now this one, I knew it would turn out well because it would end up like a drawing. But I didn't do any of these yet because I'll just save this for later. But I wanted to give you an example of what might be a good choice. And this is from Tide's collection. Here's another one in sepia. Well, I say sepia because Photoshop would let me choose. If I choose black and white, then I can play around with the settings a little more, and it will let me choose tint. So this is tint. But if I choose desaturate, it just turns a color image to black and white. And I can also choose hue and then change an image to sepia, which is what I did here. So you always have more than one choice, usually in any editing software. And here's another black and white of another example. Usually if you choose a collage page, this is a collage page, and these are all from Lilia's story kit. I'll probably put that at the end. And then so for this one, for example, I chose to stamp. My first ones, I didn't know exactly what I wanted to do. Stamp, stencil, or add image, add collage fodder on top. I don't know if that's fodder probably not. Collage embellishments, images. So I basically tried all three just to see what happened. But I think you're probably better off if you just choose one or the other. So in this one, or just choose one or two. I think these are too busy, and I should have just stuck with two things. Either stencil and stamp, or stencil and adding some little labels or whatever. That's what I meant to say. So this one I stuck with two, stamping, and just added a few little blue elements. So I have my third ones here, and I have chosen to just embellish, and I got a bunch of stuff here I thought would work from mostly from Vintage Journaler's Companion, because it has red, and I knew I wanted to try red again. I have some Tim Holtz stuff here. Finally get a chance to use that up because it works. And I have some random labels because they go with pretty much everything. So if I need some of those, I can pull those. So you get the benefit of watching me collage, which usually it takes me forever to collage, but however many we get done, and I'll finish them later and put them in a photo. So I already have these images kind of pulled, and I thought that one might work there, but now I'm thinking it's way too big. That one there, that one there, this one here. So that's too big, but I can trim it down if I find my scissors. There they are. And hopefully I remember to stay in the middle. So I think I'm going to trim this one down. And then I have my images. Probably for your sake, I'm not going to ink. I already inked around the edges a little bit. And I can do more later. So okay. So you see I have my cohesiveness. And then these ones, of course, I don't know why it is, you cut everything even and then it doesn't seem to work anyway. But then I just thought I would add some little ephemera where it might work. I also got some of my little tiles that I think might match. Oh boy, I love making these. You guys, this is like the best thing ever. Every night when I clean up my Christmas mess, that's too big. Of course, I have some stamps. Let me see if there's anything else in here. There's another little ticket. I don't know if I want R. Cute. Okay, I think that'll work. And then we might get this done in a hurry, because I don't think I'm going to be home tomorrow. So I thought I would get this video up early. Okay, so you see what I mean? How much more the color stands out because the background is all neutral. So I really think that's kind of cool, and that's fun. So let me see what else I have here. I had this little thing. I don't want to lose, so maybe I'll pop that on somewhere. Don't want to lose all of that butterfly either, so my plan was to keep that over there. Don't want to lose that. So that might work. I know some stamps will work, but he actually has some brighter ones in here. And I can get rid of this Tim Holtz stuff, which I rarely use. Yeah, I think I'll use these brighter ones. Put a stamp on there. And that will be 3 items. I would like to try to go to 5, but I don't think I'm going to fit it on here. So I think we'll be sticking with 3. And these are my little, don't want to lose that text. I like that text. Hope everyone's doing well. I don't even know if I want to tell you about my week. I saw this meme, and it was something like, pretty soon I'm going to have syndrome after my name. And I'm afraid if I tell you this, I'll end up with syndrome after my name. because it's been another one of those weeks. Don't want to cover that butterfly, but you know, sometimes you can't be afraid of losing things in the background because it's a background. And actually, I have a feeling that most people that do mixed media would probably knock everything in the background even further. Oh, look, these tiles go so well here. Is that going to clutter everything? Then I need 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, this will be 1, 2, 3. Then I would need 2 things to make 5. Do I go for it or not? I don't know. Maybe just something teeny. So anyway, my little kitty. We have a new little kitty. He went for his checkup. He was pretty much out of it for 2 days, which I don't know why. He got his shots, and he got a new on the back of the neck medicine because he had ear mites. You know, kittens usually have ear mites, and I hate to say it, but normally this fell apart, and I'm not going to take the time to glue it. Normally, of course, you know, you can take care of ear mites naturally, but it's just been one of those years. And he's a rescue, so we didn't really, he kind of fell in our lap. But anyway, he got his shot and his medicine, and he was down and out for 2 days. And then he went out, and he finally perked back up and went out. And then he got an injury. So he came in limping, had a bump. We didn't see any wound or anything. And not at first, but this kind of happened to our other cat. So our other cat got injured. He got a bump. He kept licking it, and because he kept licking it, he opened up the skin, and then he got an infection. So we thought that was what might be going on, but he recovered in a day or two, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another one there. He recovered, and then he went out again, came in again limping, and I think this went on twice. And then finally Thursday he came in and he wasn't stepping on his foot at all. 1, 2, And that's when I began to fear it might be broken, because the little bump was right at the joint. So yesterday, we spent yesterday at the vet, and she wasn't sure either, but they shaved they shaved where the, that's too big. They shaved where the little bump is, and they discovered 2 bite wounds, which I think might be from his brother because they don't get along. And I don't know what I'm going to do about that, because brother was here first. Spencer was here first. Oh, we need one more. Maybe I can dig out a random label. So he was here first. So anyway, of course, but you know, we love the little guy, and his name is Jim, by the way. Jim, because Jim was my dog's name, my final dog's name, but I'm never going to have another dog, so he ended up with it. All my pets are named after characters in the movies. Why, I don't know, because I don't even watch TV. But this is Jim and Scout from To Kill a Mockingbird, and I had Scout, and I had Boo, because I've had like 10 billion cats in my life. Usually that people dropped off and abandoned. Well, usually, I say usually. I think the majority, except for maybe 2 that I actually, there's a little number. I could use some little numbers, but I think I'll take that 1828. So yes, all cats in my life were rescues or strays, or one time I lost a cat, put it in the paper, and someone dumped another one that was his twin off in my driveway. I never found my poor little cat, and I searched and searched for weeks on end in the frozen okay, I think that's it. Where are we? 29. I don't know if I have to glue those up. Maybe I'll start, but I think you kind of get the drift of where this is going. So I'll just quickly see if I can glue these. Let me try to remember where I wanted to go. So that was number 1, Cat in the Vet. Number 2, my husband. This is unbelievable. My husband accidentally dropped a knife. It went behind. We have our knife holder right next to the stove. This was a cutting knife, like a butcher knife. and he dropped the knife behind the stove. He pulled out the stove to get the knife. And then we smelled gas for 2 days. At first we weren't sure what it was. And then it became pretty clear it was gas because it wasn't all that noticeable in the beginning. What's going on here? I think we're going to come back up without tearing. No, you're not. Okay, but you had to go over a little bit. Okay. So we smelled gas. I didn't want to lose those numbers. Okay. We're going to need more glue. Sure enough, that knife fell at such a trajectory as to pierce a tiny hole in the gas line, and that was where the gas was coming from. Of course, now I have a gloober. The repairman said if you tried to do that in a million years, you could never do that again. You know what I thought? Well, obviously, he thinks lightning can't strike twice. Well, he's never been in this house. So, and well, we're quite lucky. We are quite lucky, because if we had went away, the house might have exploded. And we're lucky that, I'm probably lucky it wasn't me, because the knife might have also sparked, because it was, steel on steel. So there might have been a spark and could have blown the house up right then. Oh, I also wanted to use, I thought I might use some of that, but I guess I'm not going to. Okay. Where are we? Okay, 33. I'm going to take 2 more minutes. And that's it, because you get the drift. So, yes, if you just want to add syndrome after my name, I guess it would be Charlie Brown syndrome. But no, we're lucky. We're lucky. I thank the Lord that we had. So we had 2 vet bills. He's going to get fixed next month. Last year it was, oh, that looks nice. I don't want to lose all that green. Last year it was the dishwasher. But I'm going to end this on a high note. Something I wanted to share is that someone saw that I got mentioned on someone's Patreon, and they went to my shop, and then they were sweet enough to track me down and tell me that I got mentioned on someone's Patreon who teaches, and I am subscribed to her. She's very talented, and I've learned a lot from her. She does a lot of cool little things. So that was a very nice thing that brightened my day. Oh, geez, that needs glue down. Okay, you'll get that later. Okay, I think 2 glued down is enough. And I think, and another thing, I could use something up there, that's for sure. So maybe a little bit of that will go up there. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. There's 1 glued. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here's 2. And you see how much the color shows up because everything else is neutral. Boy, these are so much fun. There's 3 probably. And there's 4. And okay. I hope next time we're going to do a create with me, but I'm not sure. We'll see. So I will post the inspiration photos in this video. I'll post a link to the blog. You can go see the rest, just so you can get the idea of where I got the inspiration. And I think it's a lot of fun. It's almost as fun as these tiles. I always say these tiles are more fun than a barrel of monkeys. And look how many I used. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Got to use them. So that's 3 ways that you can have a neutral, make your colors stand out, and just play around and learn some composition. And you know, great for ATC, great for mixed media, I think. Okay, have a good one, everyone. I'll see you next time. Bye.